in the paint. Angel kept getting the ball down there off rebounds or passes, and it just seemed like it would get stripped or blocked. What did you see that was preventing her from getting in the flow of the offense today?
I think it was just some of them were just rushed. I mean, that was really it. I think it was just rushed. But I mean, Angel knows that we have confidence in her, just like Camilla.
What an embarrassment! What an absolute embarrassment!
What if I told you that Angel Reese would need a timeout from her own ego because Coach Tyler Marsh just launched a truth bomb so massive? Yes, the stat padding scandal finally received the reality check it deserved, and it's not pretty to see that Angel had one great opportunity. She needed to pump herself up and compare herself to a player who truly delivers rather than someone out there accumulating rebounds like it's a Black Friday deal on Hustle. She could have stayed quiet, played smart, and perhaps blended in with the WNBA background as half the league does. This halftime locker room roast is going to be intense, so get ready.
And any of our guards that penetrate into the paint and get looks at the rim, like we have constant belief and confidence in all of our players to be able to make those, and now it's just a matter of doing.
When it came to Angel Reese's performance, Coach Tyler Marsh didn't mince words. He called it what it was, a masterclass in stat padding disguised as hustle. The truth is that Angel could have played the game quietly and perhaps gained some respect like many other players in the league, but instead she chose to brag about herself and draw a line to a player who is far more talented and game-savvy than she is. Instead of making a statement, she created a spectacle by clinging to meaningless numbers like trophies while the scoreboard revealed a much harsher reality.
We want Camilla and Angel to be good at what they do already. We want to continue to highlight their strengths. We also want to continue to improve and figure out ways where they can score easily, or they can still be effective defensively. I think it's important to understand, though, that even though that they're kind of the cornerstones of this franchise, that
the career fast break turned into a triple dribble disaster because now everyone is watching cameras, commentators, spectators, and even that guy in the nosebleeds with binoculars, waiting to see if Angel Reese could back up her big talk. Spoiler alert. She couldn't.
Wow. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it about the Angel Reese game. And after that game yesterday, there's no lying anymore. And honestly, there's no lying. Like, everything that I stand by, I triple stand by every single thing that I've said. If Angel Reese is the first option, your team is going to be...
If quiet is precious, Angel essentially threw the ball up and boasted about her game like she was the next big thing in basketball after missing a free throw in overtime. Then, she dribbled straight into the brick wall of reality because when you talk big and the highlights don't show it, that's a career turnover with no chance of a clean pass.
The best player in the country.
To the media or me? I feel like I'm the best player in the country.
Are you fucking serious? Best player in the country. Bong. Best player in the country. Bong. 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 Best player in the country. Look at this. Bong. Wide open layup. Best player in the country.
Angel's performance was like watching someone attempt to make gourmet food in a microwave. Lots of noise, little technique, and a result that left everyone wondering why the kitchen was still open. But Coach Marsh didn't simply point out the stat padding. She seems to be playing her own game, focusing on numbers, but she seems to be forgetting that basketball is about winning games, earning respect, and avoiding embarrassment during prime time, not about filling stat sheets.
Chicago Sky head coach admits Angel Reese mistake. So let's see what they done said, man. The Chicago Sky broke a WNBA record for having the worst point discrepancy through 2 games at -6.
While Angel is still learning checkers, Caitlin Clark, the player Angel so badly aspired to be like, is out playing chess. Clark's vision, skill, and pure court IQ make her the MVP highlight reel star, but Angel's highlight reel is just a blooper reel of selfish plays and missed layups. So here's the real story. Instead of rising to the occasion, Angel's big mouth brought attention to herself that she desperately wasn't prepared for. Had she remained silent, she might have been just another name on the WNBA roster, but boasting made her a target, and now every error is magnified, every miss is a headline, and every poor play is a viral meme. Because sometimes the best play in life and in basketball is to know when to be quiet and let your game speak for itself. It's a lesson in humility wrapped in a lesson about not ruining your career before it even gets started. Angel's game is still in warm-up mode, which is terrible, and that large mouth is running a fast break right to the exit.
Caitlin Clark last night went off for 27 points and 11 assists, and in her sophomore season, Clark now has the most 25-point, 10-assist games in WNBA history. She has only played in 42 games in her entire WNBA career, and she already has the record for this. But she also has now tied Courtney Vandersloot for the most 20-point, 10-assist games in WNBA history. And guys, if you look at this screenshot here, it's actually kind of wild. So Caitlin Clark has 10 games with 20 points and 10 assists, and she reached that milestone in only 42 games. And as you can see, Courtney Vandersloot, who holds that record, reached it in 400.
People about the Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark thing. To all the black people out here trying to make it a racial issue, y'all delusional. Angel Reese is garbage. Pure garbage. In terms of a skill set, her versus Caitlin, she's garbage. She plays like a toddler. There's no finesse, no smoothness, no beauty, no poetry, no skill set to her game at all. She's garbage. Stop being...
While Angel is still learning checkers, Caitlin Clark, the player Angel so badly aspired to be like, is out playing chess. Clark's vision, skill, and pure court IQ make her the MVP highlight reel star. But Angel's highlight reel is just a blooper reel of selfish plays and missed layups. So here's the real story. Instead of rising to the occasion, Angel's big mouth brought attention to herself that she desperately wasn't prepared for. Had she remained silent, she might have been just another name on the WNBA roster, but boasting made her a target, and now every error is magnified, every miss is a headline, and every poor play is a viral meme. Because sometimes the best play in life and in basketball is to know when to be quiet and let your game speak for itself. It's a lesson in humility wrapped in a lesson about not ruining your career before it even gets started. Angel's game is still in warm-up mode, which is terrible, and that large mouth is running a fast break right to the exit.
Yeah, it's not going to be often that we have, a ton of nights like this.
And the foul call that preceded the technical foul, it looked like you were arguing with that as well. Did you see it differently, or did you think it was more based on the reaction from New York's bench?
I think I just fight for my players, and I just leave it at that.
The career fast break stalled before it even had a chance to pick up steam because, as you may recall, Angel Reese made a bold move when she threatened to walk away if she didn't get paid what she believed she deserved. However, the catch is that, while she was out there boasting about her worth, her performance on the court wasn't exactly screaming investment opportunity. Rather, it was more like watching someone try to sell beachfront property in the desert. Allow your game to speak for itself, but Angel chose to change the course and compose checks with her own words. Her game was unable to cash the outcome. There is something almost poetic about the way that every pass she declined to make, every missed layup, and every stat-stuffed box score provided fodder for analysts, critics, and even casual fans who overnight became knowledgeable basketball commentators, in addition to being a poor basketball move. Angel's inability to throw the ball to wide-open teammates served as a metaphor for her entire self-centered, short-sighted, and ultimately ineffective strategy. Notwithstanding what Angels emphasize, basketball is not a one-woman show. You might think it's a team sport in real dreams, and when you're clinging to the ball like a secret the entire team.
Angel Reese is talking about if they don't get what they want, they're going to strike. She had a chance to walk it back. It's a casual setting. She's sitting there chilling with her friend Dejanay. They're just talking. Maybe when this hit the news, there was a chance for Angel to say, okay, well, hang on. This is being misconstrued. But nope.
And let's not even discuss the timing. Players like Caitlin Clark are taking center stage with jaw-dropping plays, selfless teamwork, and genuine hustle. Clark is the type of player who reminds everyone why they watch basketball for the heart, the skill, and the magic moments. Meanwhile, Angel is out there turning every game into a blooper reel, an endless stream of missed opportunities and self-inflicted wounds. The WNBA is thriving right now, with exciting games, rising stars, and more eyes on the league than ever before. What's really amazing is how Angel's actions have changed the perception of her. Previously a bright young player, she is now the target of basketball jokes and a warning about what happens when ego gets in the way of hard work. In a league where every player is vying for respect, going from hopeful to headline-grabbing flop is a quick and furious decline. But it's more than just missed shots or stat padding. It's about what this says about professionalism and leadership. Athletes who make large claims must support them with perseverance and steady performance rather than just eye-catching Instagram pictures or catchy sound bites. Angel's loud declarations about her excellence were an invitation to examination, and when the results don't materialize, people begin to doubt your entire strategy and mindset.
But I'm about to tell y'all I haven't heard before, so I doubt you have either. Before the 2023 season, the WNBA had grown by 40% viewership from 2022 to 2023. But with Caitlin Clark's arrival, it's grown by 400% viewership. What that means is if the WNBA were continue to grow at the rate it grew from 22 to 23, it would take until 2028 to do what Caitlin Clark did this year.
Coach Tyler Marsh's public outburst wasn't just a lighthearted remark. It was a reality check wrapped in a fast-break slam dunk. It exposed the discrepancy between Angel's perceived performance on the court and her true impact, and if taken seriously, it could serve as a wake-up call. If ignored, however, it could lead to a downward spiral. Just think of the dynamics in the locker room when one player hoards the ball, brags about their stats, and ignores teammates. Basketball teams are built on chemistry, trust, and selfless play. Angel's actions, as the coach pointed out, must be frustrating her teammates. You can guarantee that the silent muttering in the locker room isn't about how wonderful Angel is, but rather about how much she's complicating the work of the entire team, and this is where things get even more messy. The financial perspective on paper, Angel's demand for higher salaries makes perfect sense. You want to get paid appropriately if you believe in your abilities and worth, but the harsh reality is that performance is what gets paid. Not boastful teams and sponsors aren't exactly lining up with open wallets if your game is off the mark and you're making games into comedic sketches. In fact, they may be reevaluating how much they want to spend on a player whose highlight reel focuses more on clutch plays than self-inflicted airballs.
Black and White Sports Supporters, well, we know the fiasco that is going on with the Chicago Sky last night. They got another drubbing by way of the New York Liberty. Angel Reese had her worst professional basketball game, and I'm not even stretching that out.
That's how close she is to making a difference in the league. The way her fans act like she can be what her delusional fans think she is if she makes layups.
Let's face it, fans watch for the excitement, tension, and amazing skill demonstrations. Caitlin Clark, because she's a captivating ball-handling magician who can thread a pass through an Angel's eye or drop a three from downtown. People watch Reese for the "did that really just happen" moments, which are hilarious, make you shake your head, or even make you cringe a little. However, basketball isn't so great. There's a deeper lesson here as well. Angel Saga is a perfect mix of misguided optimism, bad choices, and an ignorance of what really creates a legacy. Basketball legends are created in moments of selfless clutch performances and the capacity to uplift the entire team, not by inflating stats or talking louder than they're played. Angel's behavior begs for the contrary. Therefore, let's discuss the influence of social media as we analyze this drama. With every missed opportunity and every stat-pamping highlight, Angel's followers are becoming critics. In today's world, your online reputation can make or break you, and at the moment, her Twitter feed is likely a minefield of memes and sarcastic takes. Her outspokenness and exaggerated claims may have initially gained her followers.
That is embarrassing. The WNBA did not start playing basketball till Caitlin Clark joined the league. She's got 3 triple-doubles through 41 games. That's the 3rd most all-time. She hasn't even played 50 games yet, and she's already 3rd all-time in triple-doubles. Like, were they not playing before she joined?
The basketball community, meanwhile, is watching with popcorn in hand, waiting for the next chapter in what has swiftly turned into a cautionary tale. It's like watching a painful, embarrassing, slow-motion car accident, but you can't help but notice the biggest irony. If Angel had just concentrated on playing good basketball, passing the ball when teammates are wide open, and perhaps even letting the team's success shine a light on her, she would likely be a beloved figure right now rather than on a one-way street to what could have been territory. Every player has a rough patch, but not everyone acknowledges it and makes the required corrections. Coach Marsh's harsh remarks could be the beginning of something better if Angel is willing to listen. This is a perfect example of how big talk without big results is a recipe for disaster. At the end of the day, basketball is about more than just stats. It's about heart, teamwork, and respect for the game. If Angel Reese wants to stop being the punchline and start being the player people genuinely admire, she needs to give up the stat padding, zip the big talk, and start playing ball like she means it, because right now all she's doing is padding her highlight reel blooper section, and no one is purchasing tickets to that show. The question is, does Angel have the humility and drive to turn this ship around? Or is she content paddling in circles while the rest of the league sails ahead?
It was further proof as to why people don't watch pretend basketball. Last night was further proof as to why people do not respect the WNBA. And they damn sure don't respect the pretenders who participate in these painfully boring games. I'm not just talking about the offensive performance from Angel Reese last night. Keyword, offensive. That is the only kind of offense that Angel Reese is capable of performing. Offensive offense.
So, basketball fanatics, fasten your seatbelt. Coach Marsh just threw a wrench in Reese's season, and it's unclear if she'll take the criticism well or let it bounce off her like a missed free throw. There is no doubt that this drama is far from done, and the court is anticipating the next move. I promise you that it will be an incredible one.